here for the American Graphene Summit on Capitol Hill, day 2 in Washington, D.C. I'm joined by Professor Lawrence Drzal. Professor, thanks for joining.
My pleasure.
Excellent. I was hoping maybe you could start by just telling me a bit of the work Michigan State's doing here with graphene.
Sure. Michigan State has recognized the need for being able to provide lightweight, high-strength, durable materials called composite materials, and especially in Michigan with the automobile industry, looked at various vehicle applications and as well as aviation and so forth. And so when I came to Michigan State, I started looking at what nanoparticles could be added to conventional glass or carbon fiber reinforced plastics to improve their properties. And voila, graphene is that wonderful material that can do everything, right? And so my past decade or so has been focused on adding graphene nanoplatelets to polymers and polymer composites to make what we call multifunctional materials. And the spin-off of that was that through the support of Michigan State University and the state of Michigan, we were able to spin off a company, XG Sciences. So now we have this very good teaming relationship between a company that's the world's largest producer of graphene nanoplatelets and the research and so forth we do here. The advantage of that is our students get a very good idea of practically what it means to get a degree and what they can expect in the future as well.
Excellent. Could you talk about the exciting announcement we just had where the National Graphene Association essentially told the audience they'd be creating a Graphene Academic Council?
Well, I thought this was very, very important to have this done, and I applaud the NGA for stepping up and doing this. As I just mentioned, I was involved in commercialization, and so normally university professors don't really get involved in that very much. And quite honestly, we're probably not very adept at starting a company either. I mean, our strengths are in doing research, right? And so being able to have somebody like myself on the council along with my other colleagues is to be able to kind of bridge the gap. So we can not only look at graphene from a scientific viewpoint, but also look at what needs to be done to commercialize it, what needs to be done to educate people on its use, and then to get the feedback from industry as to, well, what problems are there that prevent graphene from reaching its full potential.
Excellent. And I was hoping you might be able to comment on what it means for the NGA to have brought not only stakeholders together in one room, which we know is hard enough to do as it is, but also here on Capitol Hill and to have the presence of U.S. senators and that type of support, that level of support.
Well, as you know, it's very difficult to get the resources together to do things in a timely manner. And I think timeliness is very, very important. You've heard about what's been done in other countries and the interest in graphene. Having an organization put this together, like the NGA do, with a focus on graphene, I think is going to play tremendous benefits to the actual area of graphene implementation, commercialization, and increased use in a variety of applications. I think we're all going to be better off for that.
I agree. Could you share, as a last question here, maybe some of the immediate or near future outcomes of a meeting like this you hope to see?
Well, certainly just the ability to rub elbows with different people that are interested in the area is very important. I know that from my viewpoint, I'm going to make sure that the representatives and senators from Michigan are aware of this and can perhaps collaborate with Senator Weicker on adding more gravitas to this whole effort to do this. And then the other part of that, which I think is very valuable, is this report that is coming out in a couple of weeks that looks at an assessment of DoD and other government agencies as to where graphene can be used and how it can improve the overall performance of the areas of interest in those agencies.
Excellent. Thank you for your time, Professor.
Oh, my pleasure.